right. Now's the time you've been waiting for. It's time for Ratchet and Clank, run by Marathon Man, showing us all gold bolts. Marathon Man, take it away.
Thank you. All right, this is Ratchet and Clank for the original PlayStation 2. We are playing on the PS3 version, however, because it's way faster. I'm Marathon Man. I've been running these games for about 7 years now. Been running for a little bit longer. Very excited to be here and say fuck ice.
Yeah, fuck ice.
Joining me today is my good friend Davina, the Big Chickenator, who just recently started running these games.
Fuck ice! And let's have a good run today!
Let's go.
All right. Very excited. If tech is ready, I will load this file and count you guys down from 3, and we should be good to go. All right. So in 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
So, this game starts out a little slow in the beginning. We're kind of just gathering bolts, which we're going to need to buy a couple things early on. But if you've never seen this game before, I think even if you've not played this game, it's a very visually appealing game. The game gets very fast and very flashy later on, so if this looks a bit mundane at the start, don't worry. There's a lot. In all gold bolts, there are 40 of these like hidden gold bolts we have to go out of our way to grab, and we get all of them. World record right now is like 44 minutes, and this game's usually pretty long, so a lot of things to cover, and we'll try and point them out as best we can as we go.
I think this game is like, yeah, you're right, it's such eye candy. Well, also being the first in a series, I mean, look at how beautiful this planet is. It's got such a nice balance of colors, and oh, it's so inviting, it's so cool.
Yeah, I think this game has held up very well, especially, I think, and we were talking about this with some friends last night, but I think this is still the best looking Ratchet game, even, you know, there's all the ones that have come out since. I don't know, they really nailed it with this very first one.
Yeah, it's such a gorgeous game. There's a whole bunch of different levels with different contrasts. It really does feel like you're traveling the different stretches of the solar system. It's so sick for that. And hey, the collectible is pretty cool too. I feel like in every environment, the gold bolt just looks chef's kiss.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so this is Kerwan. This is the game kind of opens up a bit once we get here. We're going to be buying the helipack in a little bit, which we need 1,000 bolts for, and I have just under half of that. There's this big helicopter coming up, and hopefully it'll give me enough bolts for the rest of the 1,000 that we need. So sometimes he can be mean and drop us peanuts, and it looks like okay, that's pretty good. That's actually, I can't really ask for much better in a no reset like this.
Yeah, and oh my gosh, it's so cool going from the lush green areas in Novalis to like the cityscape of Metropolis Kerwan. It's just like, it really does feel like you're experiencing a bunch of contrasted levels. And once again, like for someone who hasn't collected gold bolts yet, because the first 2 levels, they don't have gold bolts. It's kind of cool seeing all the speed up leading up to that first gold bolt.
We'll be coming back to Novalis later on to get the gold bolts there, but yeah, there's none on Veldin. And also, speaking of like environment contrasts, we also go to Iridia, which is the planet after this one, but we go to it way later. You'll see it. It's this giant purple desert. It looks very, very different to the rest of the planets here. All right, there's our first gold bolt. And again, there's 40 of these, so we're going to be grabbing them on pretty much every planet. There's usually between 1 and 4. Okay, so I think I may have messed this up. That's fine. So normally, by landing on the train in the way I did, the guy will shoot you and you can move during this, but I was a little too far in, so oh
While you're fighting on the train, do you mind if I hop in with a train idea?
Sure.
Excellent. So there are 40 gold bolts that need to get collected, as you've said. So I'm thinking perhaps at 40 minutes into the run, chat, can you join me on a donation train to be able to celebrate all 40 bolts that get collected? You could donate $40, donate $4, or put 40 cents inside the donation, and maybe put your favorite Ratchet and Clank game inside the donation comments. And I'd be really interested in seeing what the ideas are. And as you make those donations, don't forget to put it towards one of our open incentives, the Boss Song Showcase for Crossbeats or the Glitzer Exhibition for Spyro.
I like this idea. We can get behind this.
Yeah, Bolt Train.
Okay, so this is the second half of Kerwan, and like I said, there's a bunch of stuff we have to buy really early on, so I'm gonna try and do something in this area over here, which actually conveniently is where the final gold bolt here is. But it's kind of weird to explain, but basically when you reload for a tiny bit of time before you kill any enemies, or I think it's after you only pick up a certain number of bolts, there's a giant jackpot multiplier here. It's a lot to explain, but all you need to know is I should have gotten like 800 or so, and I got 4,000 instead, which is very useful because I'll be spending 4,000 alone on one thing in just a few planets.
Definitely know this trick can feel like a little bit of a gamble, so it was very satisfying to see you successfully get the jackpot there.
Yeah, and even if you do it right, sometimes you get more or less than you need, so 4,000 is about average, and I can't really ask for much more. There was a lot of stuff that just happened there. Doing stuff, it's kind of a more recent thing with this game, which is the idea of the in-game physical object, the camera, being used to like proxy off of stuff or push Ratchet through certain walls or whatnot. So you saw a little bit of that there, and you're going to be seeing it a lot throughout the run. That's kind of a thing in the last like 2 years or so that we've been experimenting more and more with.
Yeah, multiple Ratchet and Clank games use this now, like the camera as a physical object, which is very cool to see because we've been able to achieve things that we weren't able to previously. There's been some very cool like glides and things as well. I've noticed on top of the cam clips. As someone who's also like pretty new to the runs, it's just awesome to see.
Yeah, so you just saw a couple of them there, and one to get the info bot, which is how we get to the next planet, and one to get this gold bowl here. This planet's very funny to me because everything you need is all in this first area, so the planet's only like a minute long in every category.
Yeah, it's so short. Bye, Eudora.
Seems like it would be a great vacation spot too, though.
It's really sad because it's like one of the more like favorite planets in the game. This isn't gonna work, is it? Yeah. And we always leave so fast. Even in the like the 100% category for this game, again, everything's at the very beginning, so you're only there for like a minute.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss out on the soundtrack. I'm gonna miss the soundtrack already because this game's got a banger soundtrack. I think it's one of the more unique ones for Ratchet and Clank games as well.
Yeah, this is definitely my favorite soundtrack out of all the Ratchet games.
Yeah.
Kylie in chat agrees about the Eudora music, and frankly, all of the music here.
It really, like, the soundscapes really contribute to the feel of the levels, and, you know, I keep saying this,
Definitely.
but, like, the world building in this game, like, the way it pulls the, like, the way it has the vibe, I think, is just feels so unmatched, especially
Yeah.
like, the uniqueness that is Ratchet and Clank, and it being the first game as well, that's just so sick.
This game definitely has the best atmosphere out of all of them. And the others have, you know, good music, good visuals and everything too, but something about this first game, I don't know.
The OG can always leave some really good nostalgia and precedence there. But again, chat, feel free to get those donations in with your favorite Ratchet and Clank game and perhaps why. Is it the music, the levels, the gameplay, the controls? Let me know. Exclamation point, donate in chat.
I should point out as well, even though I'm like hyping it up, this is my favorite game to run, but Ratchet 3 is my favorite Ratchet game and my favorite game ever. So they're all pretty neck and neck though.
Oh, I also, like, I just wanted to note that I love the lighting here, especially on Ratchet. It really adds the spooky vibe of, like, this is a ship I'm not supposed to be on, but I'm gonna navigate it anyway.
Yeah, little touches like that.
While we're continuing the fight here, I want to share that puppy girl Gwenny had donated $5 towards the Women Foundation of Minnesota's Immigrant Rapid Response Fund, supporting the cause, helping us inch ever so closer to $37,000. I'm curious if someone out there may be interested in sniping that big 37K hype.
Thank you, Gwen.
Gwen, thank you. That's a good pose. That's a really good pose.
Nice.
That's for Truvy and Ratchet.
That's for the thumbnail. We got it.
You know, there's a bunch of times that it's just faster to reload because it takes you straight back to your ship like this. And so you have just like a few seconds while the game's auto-saving to do whatever. So we always try and put Ratchet in the silliest poses that we can.
Yeah. It's so brilliant. It adds, like, just a little bit of extra charm as well to the run. It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and do these as best I can, and I'll explain later. Okay, that's a good start.
Awesome. Just a little locking in. We gotta love, like, the Jaws adjacent sounding soundtrack here as well.
Yes.
Yeah. I remember being a kid and playing this, because this was my first video game, and just feeling the scary, like, feels because of the soundtrack.
It really raises the tension.
I think this is maybe the planet that sticks the most with people. I mean, it was in the trailer, it was the demo for the game, and yeah, the music I think is definitely a high point. Also, there's the whole underwater section, which we're not going to be seeing much of, unfortunately, but I know that part sticks with people for being very difficult.
Definitely a, like, canonical Ratchet and Clank childhood experience right there with that water level.
My canonical Ratchet and Clank experience with that is all my cousins gathered around and everyone just passing back and forth trying to see who could finally beat it.
That's such a sweet memory. Another banger Ratchet pose.
Yeah. So I'll quickly talk about the thing I did at the start of the planet. So this game has a weird property where over certain surfaces you can cancel animations infinitely over certain surfaces. So what you saw there was me canceling side flips left, right, over and over and over to try and gain a bunch of height and scale up to the very top. And it's again it's a very visually appealing sort of thing, and it's going to be a defining thing for this entire planet coming up here.
Oh yeah, this planet is very
I-
infamous for needing that trick.
Yeah, because the again certain surfaces, so the mud here works for all of it. And again, it's side flips over and over. In this case, side flips into long jumps, back into side flips, and then back and forth. But it's basically what you need to know is it's like 12 inputs a second, and if you drop the combo like at all, then you just die, and that's not good. So very difficult. Definitely one of the harder things to learn when first picking this game up, especially because that one there is blind, and I just have to know where to go.
Oh, nice boss transition there. That was pretty sick.
Oh my god. Okay. I was gonna die.
Oh my gosh,
scary.
that was a good ghost Ratchet too.
Yeah.
Because when Ratchet lands in the mud, if you swing shot yourself out of it, I think the collision disappears
Right.
for him and walls for a little while.
Yeah, it's a weird like pseudo like half dead state where for whatever reason you can jump through walls. I would say walk through walls, but like the ground still has collision, thankfully, so you do kind of have to like jump into walls and whatnot. But yeah, that's another very unique thing about this game, which it's in the other Ratchet games too, but it's a lot more difficult to get in that state in those games. Here we have the swing shot, and we'll see it in a few other planets as well, but that's the main use of it.
Very cool. Here we got Battalia, one of the more war-torn planets later in the game, which is in pretty stark contrast to Novalis, which is also war-torn, but near the beginning of the game. It really is like it demonstrates how the game is like really amping up now. It feels like a more muted Novalis, which is so sick.
To like briefly touch on the story, like basically Ratchet and Clank kind of like build into like they finally get to meet Captain Quark, and then he crosses them, they fight a boss, and now Ratchet and Clank kind of don't like one another. They're kind of at odds. And I think this planet, like, conceptually kind of represents that. It seems very, like, bleak and dreary, and that's kind of where they're at in their friendship right now.
Yeah, this game has such a way with storytelling and, like, the dynamics between Ratchet and Clank changing over time, because they did just meet, so it's kind of awesome that they have animosity against each other, even though it's like, no, my duo, they're fighting.
Yeah.
Well, we are excited to be fighting Ice because we just hit $37,000. Let's go. The sniping donation that did that was 12 Tone donating $117 that says, screw it, 37K. Let's go and fuck Ice.
Thank you,
Fuck
12.
Ice.
Fuck Ice.
That's amazing. 37K. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was saying this in the setup room before we went live. I didn't exactly have expectations when this whole thing was being put together because it's not my place of business to do so. But definitely wasn't expecting numbers this high. So yeah, huge congrats to everyone. Thank you. And in fact, let me segue by one, thank you to Helix and everyone else involved for having me as a part of this, but also thank you to everyone involved. It's nice to see so many people come together for something like this.
Yeah, it's such an awesome event for an amazing cause because, of course, fuck ice, but also the unity here is amazing. It's
Yeah.
amazing. It's so special. And oh my god, 37K! Wow! Oh, Oxon.
Absolutely
Yeah.
phenomenal.
So this is the only planet in the game that we're going to be playing as Clank for. And normally this is like 7 minutes worth of puzzles and whatnot, and we can just skip all of it, thankfully. This is another planet that we're going to have to come back to later because there's gold bolts here, but for now, we're done playing as Clank.
Bye, Clank.
He goes back to being a backpack now.
Demoted to backpack. He just needs to stretch his legs a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this planet. Gaspar is such a vibe.
Yeah, this is definitely one of the more visually appealing planets in the game, and also some of the best music.
I was holding my breath there. That
Yeah.
jump was scary.
Yeah, the game lags a lot, so getting like two perfectly spaced mid-air long jumps like that is it can be a mission sometimes, and you need enough speed to where you can clear the gap. Because it's funny because getting there's only one required item on this planet, which is the helmet I grabbed at the start, but the two gold bolts here that we have to grab have just as complicated paths to get them. So normally you have to go around the whole map destroying a bunch of tankers, and when you get to the end, that's how you get the bolt. And this one as well, normally there's this whole underground section, and then you finally get to the end, and you can kind of see it in the background, that crater behind me.
That underground section is so brutal as well. I always struggle with it. It's very healing to see you just jump up there and grab that bolt, because I know that kid me would have always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
Definitely is amazing the things that we could do nowadays. It's just sort of like, wow, this absolutely blows our minds.
And it continues to blow my mind even after, again, 7 years of running these games.
Got time to sneak in a little bit of a donation?
Of course.
Wonderful. We have a $15 donation to IRF from Parkour that says, "Dang, Chet, you see that gold bowl? That's a nice gold bowl. Something like 40 of them. That's a lot of nice gold bowls. Makes me want to donate towards a nice goal." Like seeing Jamich play a level 99 song in Crossbeats Rev Sunrise. That's right, Parkour. You put that donation towards that Boss Song Showcase. We have just under $600 to meet of the goal, and it needs to be met before the next run is done, which is Crossbeats. So we got this run and next run. Not a lot of time, folks. Let's get those donations in. And remember, there are 40 goal bowls inside this game, and we've got that $40 or 40 cent or whatever you want 40-minute train at 40 minutes. So let's get those donations in. It's coming up.
Thank you, Parkour.
Oh, wow. Seeing you scale this is very cool to get to that gold vault. Once again,
yeah, this is another one.
With.
Yeah, this is another one where there's a whole underground section you have to go, and then when you get to the end, you finally get up top here. We can just bypass all of that. This planet is one long escort mission, and so thankfully there's only the one bolt. We don't have to go too far out of our way for it. But I should also point out this is my favorite NPC in the game.
The guy.
The guy. He doesn't. That's his legal name, the guy.
Guy.
First name V, last name Guy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and Big Chickenator, one brain cell. Let's go.
One brain cell, it goes to the guy.
Yes, exactly.
We need him to survive this escort mission.
Like I said, this game has the best atmosphere, the best visuals, and I mean, just look at him.
He's the guy.
As a kid, this was my favorite planet to go to. Because I thought it was so cool. I was like, oh, it's like going on a holiday. So I would go to this planet. I was like, look, it's so pretty.
In my old age of almost 30, this is definitely one of my more favorite tracks in the game. Which is funny because I just learned this recently. So this track was written for this planet, but it's basically the same track as Veldin, the very first one. And Veldin was added last minute into the game, and so I think that's why they just took a different song and just snuck it in again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, I didn't know this piece of trivia. That's fascinating because it feels like, because since we're so far into the game, that they put Veldin in first and they're like, okay, let's make it tropical sounding now.
Because for a lot of people, like, Veldin's their favorite song in the game because it's like, it's the very first one, so it's the first one that they heard. It has that special place in their heart, and then it's like, oh, well, they just used the same song again later, you know. But in reality, it was the other way around all along.
Oh yes, like one of the like rare dogfighting sections in this game. Whoa, okay, and it's over.
Yeah, there's 3 of these in the game, and we're gonna be skipping the other 2 because one is a boss fight that is kind of comically easy to skip over, and the third one, we just don't go to that section at all in this game, or in this category, excuse me. All right, so I said we were gonna have to go back to Orxon, so here we are. We just got the O2 mask, which we can breathe on toxic planets now.
It's very cool, like being like, oh, now we can explore as like not the tiny little robot guy.
Yeah. This is definitely I have very fond memories of this planet as a kid playing this game, because again, it's like you finally get to like explore as Ratchet and you're not confined to just walking around as tiny little Clank the whole time.
Nice, smooth gold bolt collection.
And by this point in the run, like I said, the game gets pretty fast and flashy. So now, like, most of the gold bolts we're going to be seeing are these like very complicated pathways, and we're just cutting as many corners as we can. In very unique ways too. So there we were like scaling mountains and then clipping out of bounds, and that's kind of going to be the theme for the rest of the game.
So cool, for sure. While we're parkouring around and perhaps through mountains, do we have time for a donation?
Of course.
Excellent. We have our friend Beef McCat donating $20, saying, as someone in Europe, it always pains my heart to see the atrocities happening to people overseas. Doing what little I can from here. Thank you to everyone who is fighting for a good cause. Beef McCat, thank you for donating what you can. It doesn't matter how little or how much. Every small bit helps in being able to put on the pressure and to keep up the fight and to be able to support the Women's Foundation of Minnesota's Immigrant Rapid Response Fund. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I mean, I think we all can say it. Fuck ICE.
Fuck ice.
Ice.
Thank you again, Beef. Alright, so speaking of fuck ice, we have the very infamous ice planet,
Let's go.
a planet so bad that I have to point this out every time that my good friend the Rixer made a 30-minute video explaining how bad it is, and I may or may not make a cameo in it, so if I could get an "it do" in all capitals in chat, or perhaps if you're feeling it in a donation, I would appreciate it. I really would.
Let's get those it do donations in! ! Donate in chat.
It do.
It do.
I will say that was really good, so maybe it's an "it don't" this time around, though. But that's okay. Yeah, there's a lot to get into. We're entering the turret fight from the very, very bottom. It doesn't check your Y coordinate for some reason, so you can just do that. But it's a very, very precise spot, and it's oftentimes a bit of a gamble. And the fight itself, like the ship like bobs up and down, so trying to actually land shots on it, because you have to aim for very specific spots to do the most damage. So that can be a pain. Sometimes you just get swarmed. Sometimes the ship just doesn't break. It's very silly. Thankfully, though, none of that happened, and the ways to get all the bolts after also can be a bit much, and doesn't seem like we had too many issues with that too, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Nice. Yeah, this has been like a pretty smooth Hoven. That beginning bit, like, did so well.
Absolutely, so good. May I sneak in with another donation read?
Of course.
Awesome. One of our generous viewers contributes $25 towards the cause, saying, "Thanks for coming together to do this. Just wanted to give to the cause." Well, whoever you are out there, thank you so much for that. And you're not only just giving to the cause, but if you go in on the donation page at !donate and scroll down, there's a big add incentive button. Remember that you have to add your dollars to an incentive in order for those donations to contribute to more speedrunning marathon. Remember, we've got that Crossbeats Boss Song Showcase that needs a lot of love by the time that run ends, coming up soon, as well as the Spyro Glitch exhibition, which you're not going to want to miss.
Yeah, if I may, I'll just, because he's one of my good friends, I'll throw his name in there.
Do it.
2 runs after is the Spyro 3 run by my good friend Dylan J. Fox, so yeah, definitely donate for that glitch exhibition, and definitely, I mean, stay and watch the whole event, because there's a lot of great stuff coming up, but definitely give my boy Dylan some love.
Let's
Dylan's
go.
a fantastic runner.
He just ran for this past AGDQ. That was very exciting to see.
That's right, and I actually hosted for him too, so it'll be a bit of a run back rerun.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
We are so stoked to be matched together.
That's actually really funny that you said that, because he and I just did the exact 2 identical runs back to back for a GDQ hotfix like just a week ago or something.
Yo, so good.
So we're tying everything together in real time.
There we go.
Yeah, that's so cool. AGDQ, Dylan's run was one that I was actually able to attend in person as well, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Gimlick is gone, but I do have huge appreciation for the soundtrack. I think that's one of my favorites in the game.
It's definitely my favorite in the game.
Yeah, and there's just so many bangers in this. It's so good. We've been seeing dance emotes in chat as well. It's so good.
Have we? That's amazing. Oh my god.
This planet, I mean, it's got its dark colors and lighting, and Clank has been further demoted from backpack. He actually has to wait in the ship. But this planet is really difficult.
Yeah. This was always one of my favorites as a kid, even though we don't have Clank. Just yeah, something about the visuals, I don't know, everything about it. So let me point out, we are trying to, if I do this right, because I definitely L plus ratioed, I fell off earlier, but that's fine. Okay, there we go, that should work. We're about to get a gadget called the PDA, which is now we can infinite jump, but that's just the beginning.
Oh,
We're gonna be using it for the PDA is so funny because it's kind of a throwaway gadget. It's like, yeah, you can just buy ammo anywhere now. Like, cool, I guess it's an upcharge, but you know, I mean, hey, if you need it, if it comes in handy, like, hey,
yeah.
But we can do so much with it. It's this is where the run gets really fast. Now we don't have Clank again, so not as fast as it could be, but all the planets from here on out are gonna be really, really fast pretty much the whole time.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's also
PDA
coming up
is-
fast? Oh, go ahead, Big Chicken.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I was just wondering how the PDA is like a huge catalyst in categories like NG plus because the movement is just wow.
Yeah. Also, I'm doing this for my commentator and no one else. We are gonna grab the Chickenator.
Yo, let's go, Bok Bok baby.
There you go.
That's what my
Maybe-
namesake is based off of. Thank you for going out of your way for that.
I love that commentator love, and chat actually hopped on what I was going to share here. Thank you so much for the reminder. 40 minutes is coming up really soon, and remember, we called out for a $40 donation train or 40 cents in any amount of dollars to go ahead and shout out your favorite Ratchet and Clank game. I've been saving up those tickets, so don't worry, I see them, and I want to read as many of them as I can once we hit that mark. If you want to hop in on that, !donate in chat and go ahead and make your donation. And remember, put it towards one of our open active incentives.
I love how the planets get significantly more war-torn as the game goes, because this one is absolutely, like, compared to Vitalia earlier, Novalis, like, the colors
Yeah.
are darker, they're even more muted. Things are getting even more serious. Can't find
Everything.
my Clank, you know, like...
Can't find my Clank.
Where did he go?
Hate it when that happens.
Clank's a good boy. We gotta protect him.
Yeah.
So we're done with the planet as far as like things that we need, but there's still some gold bolts to get, and again, at this point, pretty much everything has like really, really long paths to get them, so we're just trying to cut as many corners as possible, or in this case, go over as many walls as we can.
The longest swing shot in the West.
Yeah.
While we're making our way through the city, may I have another donation read?
Of course.
Awesome. Captain Gallant donates $10 that says, "The only place ice belongs is in my drink." That's right, Gallant. Thank you so much for that. And everybody, let's once again say it, fuck ice.
Fuck ice. Thank you, Gallant.
Fuck ice.
Okay, so since we have the PDA now, we are going to go and revisit Planet Novalis, which we were at earlier.
Finally!
Yeah.
Exciting.
This is definitely one of my more favorite planets in the game. There's a cool strat we did with momentum preservation through a water slide, but we don't do that anymore because it's slower now, unfortunately. But still, though, just seeing all the outer bounds get used and It's very creative.
Wow, it's so cool seeing outside of the world like that as well. Each time you
Yeah.
flip through the walls.
And it's also really interesting to see like how much of the world exists versus not exists. Like when they end, right? And you get to see
Right.
what has rendered, what's available. It's so cool. And runs like this really show off a lot of the artistry that's out there.
Insomniac was always very good about doing that. Even not to plug it again, but I'm gonna plug it again. You'll see Spyro coming up very soon, so
Yo.
you're gonna see a lot of the same sort of stuff there as well. All right, so that's our last gold bolt, but we do have to. I mentioned it earlier. We have to get the coordinates for Planet Iridia, which I'll just let you know it's coming up in 2 planets, and my favorite planet in the game, and probably my favorite planet in Ratchet, period. Especially for runs.
Nice.
So that's definitely something to look out for. Alright, so we have the final 5 planets of the run coming up. I grouped these 5 together because they're all really hard, and pretty much any mistake is bad. For most cases, kind of run over, but it's fine. Not to scare anyone. We'll be fine. There's gonna be a lot of things going on. This is the part where the levels get really, really big, and so we're cutting, like, maybe more corners than people realize. So, like,
Yeah.
this is the end of one section that you normally have to come back to later with a gadget you get on a different planet. And they did just leave one extra gold bolt here for us.
Very nice.
As a treat.
As a treat.
Speaking of
Remember-
Gold Bolt treats. Oh, go ahead.
No, you're fine. Is it time?
Yeah, it is time indeed. So we passed that 40-minute mark, and we got lots of people who have purchased tickets for this train, and they still keep coming in. One that I want to share is Elfie donates $4, which is basically 40 dimes, saying, "Are we suplexing this train?" Oh my goodness. And we also have $5.40 from Symphony that says, "I truly and sincerely love Ratchet and Clank 1. The vibes are perfect, the OST is nostalgic to me, and I love the speedrunner and commentator precisely as much as I can't stand ice." Which I would say is probably a lot, am I right? Fuck ice.
Thank you so much, Symphony.
Oh, I love Symphony. Symphony's awesome.
Yes, they are.
Also, fuck ice.
Also, fuck
Yes.
ice, though. Let's just not gloss over that. Alright, so the Giant Clank sections in the Ratchet series get used a lot more in the later games, but we're gonna be doing this one here. It's nothing too crazy. Again, they get very complicated in the later on in the series. In particular, the second Ratchet game has some pretty cool ones.
Yeah, there's like a couple of giant Clank levels where you're on big round planets, which is so awesome because like you get to destroy cities and go on a robo rampage.
Yeah.
That's so cool, just like flipping underneath the ship and being able to take off.
Yeah. That's another example again of Ghost Ratchet, which we got a little bit earlier.
We love
Okay,
Ghost
so-
Ratchet.
Yeah. It's sad that I feel like it gets used less and less these days, just because we're finding faster and faster things. But oh well.
And speaking of faster and faster things, these donations keep coming in for that 40 gold bolt train. We have Lexi donating $4.40, which says, Bolt train! Go birds, fuck ice.
Thank you, Lexi.
And Gallant shows up again with $40, saying, Rack 1, best rack, fight me. A lot of love for Ratchet and Clank 1.
Yeah, I'm finding this has become more and more of a lot of people's favorite. I think time has been weird with this game. I feel like as Ratchet games kept coming out, people were of the opinion that they were just getting better and better, and you know, I definitely think there's a case there, but a lot of people have come back to this first one and been like, you know, the music, the atmosphere, the visuals, you know, they had something, and it's something I've come to appreciate just as I played this game more and more. This is a very unique Ratchet game. I think even the ones that came directly after, they kind of went for a bit of a different approach. In a lot of ways, again, they were doing Spyro right before this, so this game kind of feels like somewhere in the middle of those two.
Yeah, it's like how I noticed a lot of elements in this game from Insomniac's original game before Spyro, Disruptor. It has a lot of those like industrial elements to it that really add to a space, and like in this game, it's executed so well. Like, look at these gorgeous red walls here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
There's like some videos online. I think it's just like it was like cozy or liminal spaces in Ratchet and Clank 1, and it's such a vibe because, you know, the game's about, I always talk about the environments here, but it really is like such a beautiful highlight of such a wonderful game.
It is. Okay.
He's out in space without a space helmet.
Yeah, they just let you do that for some reason. Same with... I didn't even point it out, but one of the bolts we grabbed is from a section that you normally only get to play as Clank until, like, way later.
It's just a big chicken dinner. Let me make sure I got this straight. We've been jumping through mountains, using electricity tractor beams to swing around buildings, and the lack of a space helmet is what we have?
I just think, like, the game should be more consistent about
And that's what makes this game so special.
There you go. I'm just busting your chops, big chickinator. But
yeah. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no holo guys here, just straight PDA flips.
Let's go.
We're pretty fortunate in this game that most things that we need have collision, and most things that we don't want to have collision don't. You know, obviously I'm about as biased as you can be, but I do firmly believe this is like one of the best games to speedrun, and I think one of the coolest speed games in general. Even if you've not played this game, I think you can just watch it for the first time and there's something to catch your eye and interest.
It looks so much fun, and as we've been talking about, looks so beautiful too.
Velden obtained. Ooh.
We got it.
Yeah, we're down to the final 2 planets. This one that I'm about to go to is really funny because there's only 2 gold bolts, and this is one of the longest in the game otherwise, just for everything else that you need. But like I said, thankfully with the tech that we have, we can cut as many corners as possible, and so we don't need anything other than the 2 gold bolts here.
Nice.
which we're gonna get by this big column in the middle here, and then there are 2 chains we're gonna have to do. One to get this one here on the grind rail, and well, I'll talk about the other one when we get there.
Yeah. While we're making our way, do you mind if I sneak in with more donations?
Of course.
Excellent. We have Shinji donating $4.28, saying, I'm a simple human. I see music games, I donate. Thank you to everyone for helping make this event such a wonderful success. And that's right, that donation was put towards the Boss Song Showcase for Crossbeats coming up right after this run. It's it's sitting at $29.28 out of a $600 goal. So I know that, chat, we're going to pull through. We're going to get that Boss Song Showcase met, but we can only do it if everyone is willing to go ahead and step up, or at least spread the word. ! Donate in chat, and definitely check out the really, really longathon socials and spread the word.
We just saw the chicken room.
Yeah, that's the chicken room.
Yay!
It has a different name, but I'll spare that one. Thank you again, Shinji, for the donation. I'll get back in the mech.
Back in the, oh my gosh, no.
I'm sorry. Alright, so I didn't even point this out, but this series is known for all the crazy weapons, and we haven't been using any of them because we don't need them, except for the one that I just bought, which, you know, seems fitting that we're buying a flamethrower in a marathon about combating ice.
Yes.
Yes. New incentive, we melt the entirety of Hoven.
Oh, goodness. While we're making our way, I've got a couple of other donations I'd love to sneak in.
Sure.
All right, we have Kylie QB donating $4, joining in on that 40 gold bolt train with the 40 dimes, saying, I've never played a Ratchet game, so I'll just say that my favorite is PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale. I guess that's a Ratchet game if you really think about it. We also have the Nautical Menace donating $10, saying, I love this community as much as I love this series. Go Birds and fuck ice. Yes, Nautical Menace, fuck ice indeed.
Thank you, Kylie. Thank you, Nautical. I love you both. And yeah, I'll count All Stars as a Ratchet game, sure.
There we go.
People frequently count, oh, that's our last gold bolt, by the way. That's all 40.
40, let's go!
People frequently count Smash as a Mario game, so I'll count it.
I guess. He's on the cover.
Well, now, I have one Ratchet and Clank game I haven't played now.
No, big chicken!
Alright, so we're approaching... Oh, hey. 626 bolts left. Which is funny after Kylie donated. We good. Any Lilo and Stitch fans?
Ah.
2-6.
Alright, now my brains are in the catacombs again. We're approaching the final boss now, which has a bunch of phases, and thankfully we can just cut through this wall and skip straight to the last one. And the reason we bought the Pyroster, the flamethrower weapon, is because for some reason when they ported the PAL PS2 version to PS3 at 60 hertz, that's the Chickinator, hold on.
I just want to say hi.
It would have been a big swag move, too.
Whenever they ported the game over to PS3, something got lost in translation, and the Pyroster deals damage on every single frame, so you can just melt his health bar. Which is very... It's very funny because this boss normally takes forever.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I would even argue that this is one of the hardest bosses in the franchise if you're playing the games for the first time.
I would say so. He's being real mean. All right. These work? They do. Okay, there you go. Wait, no.
You just chicken ate something.
Yeah. Well, I learned something today.
See, this is why I'm here to commentate.
Got it. A truly unique run.
Time is coming up in
Ooh.
3, 2, 1, time.
Woo! GG's.
So I was too distracted by that. I learned something new today. See, I'm learning things about this game all the time.
Wait, would you say has that ever happened before?
Not in a run. I mean, maybe it has. I don't know. I'll say I was the first. I'm the pioneer.
There you go. Excellent job, Marathon Man. Any shout outs that you and Big Chickenator would like to share?
Shout out everyone who donated, both during this run and just in general. Like I said, I didn't exactly have expectations because not my place of business to do so, but 37,000 is crazy, is very crazy for any marathon period. That's like, well, you know, that's huge. That's so big. Thank you to Davina, Big Chickenator, for commentating. Thank you again. I'm sorry this was at 4 in the morning your time.
But so worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you to the whole Ratchet and Clank community. You guys know who you are. Thankful to still be here after 7 years.
Yeah.
And
Big Chick,
finally,
go ahead, Marathon.
And finally, I just want to say, I'll pay the difference. Go Birds, fuck ICE, and free Palestine. Thank you.
Where do you think you're going?
That's Hannah Einbinder's. After she won her Emmy, that was the speech that she gave, and it's been my favorite thing ever since. So I figured this was an appropriate time.
Big Chickenator, any shout outs for you?
Yeah, I wanted to thank, first of all, the PlayStation Nation. Oh my gosh, all of our Ratchet and Clank friends, all of our speedrunning friends, all of our awesome people we know. Of course, to Marathon Man, who I like to lovingly call Nick Man Balenciaga, for allowing me to commentate today. This is actually, this was my first video game I've ever played, one of my favorites of all time. And additionally, I want to thank my Kiwi buddies who stayed up to 4 a.m. To watch this run and enjoy it as much as I have enjoyed it too. Such a fantastic opportunity. Fuck ICE. This is for an amazing cause, and I feel so lucky to be a part of that, and that's such a privilege. So I'm super appreciative. It was such a fun and awesome run, and something got chickenated at the end, so I'm deeply satisfied.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Marathon Man, Big Chickenator, thank you both so much for an amazing run of Ratchet and Clank all gold bolts.
Thank you again for having me.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break while we get the next run all set. So stay tuned, stick around, and we'll be back soon.